Hello, everybody out there in the internet. Welcome to Aimless Babble Z, episode 255. I'm Ticketmaster, joined by.
RPG Maniac 05.
So yeah, we don't know where Tropical's at. Tropical's missing.
It's like a video game. A terrible one that people try to forget about.
He might join us in progress. He might not. And then also, I don't know why on the stream it says that we're going, but then on Twitch it's not showing up. I don't know. Whatever. But hey, at least the recording's working, so we got that. So yeah, what you been playing? Probably no question this week. I don't have any questions on about RPG. And then news, I have no idea because video games. So would you like to go first, RPG? Or would you like me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
Alright, well I guess we'll start off with the weekly Destiny recap. So, Destiny, yeah, still playing it because everything else got delayed. Or, I don't know, insert reason here. I guess I just can't quit you, Destiny. But, yeah, I got, it's weird. I got something, I'm not really excited anymore. It's like, the magic is gone. It's like, yeah, I got some raid gear for my hunter, but it's not enough to get me to 30, so it's like, whatever. It's like, oh, just one more piece to the puzzle. So now it's like, every character has two, and they need the third piece. And then, whoever gets it wins. And it's like, yay, I can get to 30 with this person. But until then, just gonna level it up, upgrade it, and be like, okay, well, now I just need my third thingy on each character. And I got the shards, I got the energy, but, well, I guess I don't need energy for armor, but, yeah. And also, I've kind of cut back. I'm just doing the, well, I guess I'm still doing the daily stuff, so. But I'm not streaming every day now. I'm just streaming every Tuesday and Wednesday, or just Tuesday, whatever, every week when I crack out, because it's like, well, I don't really need to be streaming every day. And, yeah.
You just now realize that?
Hey, I have adventures, okay? And people are entertained, alright? And stuff. I put smiles on people's faces. And, you know, yeah. I can talk to myself and feel like someone else is there and stuff. But, and like something happens and I can be like, oh man, I got it on stream. I don't need to share button it and stuff. Oh, speaking of share button, the YouTube thingy finally works now. So I've got some stuff going on there as far as like from stuff that I shared with the new 2.0 update. Straight to YouTube. Oh yeah. So, yeah. Awesome. Let's see. What else happened in Destiny this week? Nothing of import, I guess, because it's just the same old. Doing quests, doing bounties, doing raids, getting gear, getting weapons, leveling stuff. Well, not so much leveling up because I hit the cap, but... Or I can't hit the other cap until I get the stuff that lets me hit it. Yeah. Destiny. It is what it is. And stuff. Besides that, I finally started playing Counterspy, because I was like, I need a palate cleanser. Counterspy, go. You're at the top of the list because Tropical talked about you last time on the podcast. And it's not bad. I quite enjoy it. It's, the art style's cool. It's like Team Fortress 2 if it was like a shrunken down stealth game with like third person aspects. The game's kind of weird because it does that thing where it's like it doesn't tell you about stuff until it happens to you, so you kind of have that like, oh, I wish I would have known that, because the tutorial's like really short, and then stuff happens and you're like, how come I didn't know about that? Why didn't the game tell me? Or why is...
What do you mean?
It's like, it just tells you like the basic how to do stuff, and then like, but then you encounter the guards and they have these like thingies above their heads, and it's like, what does that mean? I don't know what this means. Like I guess there's like I guess all the digital games have like the little instruction manual that you can go to on like the how to play part, but it's like, if it's not in the tutorial, dude, it's like, I don't read instruction manuals. Like, I never read instruction manuals, so it's like, yeah.
Instruction manuals are fun. They used to have like character bios and all kinds of fun information and stuff.
Character bios.
Yeah. But sometimes character bios are awesome because you don't always get all that information in game.
Well, then why wasn't it in the game?
Because they didn't feel necessary to do that. or something. Shut up, Tekken. Shut up.
No, I'm not going
Jeez.
to. But yeah, back to the game and stuff. Pretty cool. It's got like DEFCON counters, which are weird because it's like they don't count down, they count up, and when they reach the max, it hits. It's like it's really weird because like you can't really mess up a certain amount of times and like until because like you have like the side or both sides are trying to like nuke each other or whatever, and so if their counters go up and then one side nukes the other side, game over. I haven't got to that point yet, so I'm not sure if it like just restarts you completely or restarts the clock. However that works, whatever. But yeah, you basically have to balance out between the two sides, like who has the higher DEFCON level. And then, like, if they have a higher DEFCON level, they might have either higher defenses or it's just going to be that much more of a risk to be like, well, I can't get caught, or it's going to go up, and then they're going to nuke each other. So right now, I always have it where the one side is like really high and one side's really low, and I can't really keep them balanced because I keep making mistakes on one side, and I'm like, oh, I'll just keep doing the easy ones on the other side. So yeah.
That's lazy.
But yeah, there's like I think 5 parts of the plans to launch the missile that you have to find before you can do the final mission. So it's basically just a countdown to the final mission once you get all the parts. And then I guess the final mission is like super really hard, or I guess we'll see because I haven't played it yet. But yeah. And then along the way you can unlock different like blueprints. That's what it's called for like the weapons or formulas to like upgrade your spy like for one mission though. And you can only have 3. And so the ones I've gotten so far are like sneaky footprints, so you can run without having to go slow. And then or you can run and it like will be stealthy and still without the sneaking. So you can like, since you're running and not sneaking by like scoot style, you can make it through the level faster. Or just sneak up on dudes faster when they're got their backs to you. What else? Yeah, less damage, and then something else, like 2 other ones. And then there's like a bunch of, well, there's not a bunch of guns, but there's all these guns with like blueprints and I can't find them. And I'm like, I have 2 pistols now and that's it. And it's like, oh, well, if I had more guns, that'd be great, but I guess I'll just see how far I can go with these 2 pistols. Yay. And then like they do something cool with like the officers where it's like if you shoot your, or you not shoot them, cause you're not well, it's weird, like you're not supposed to kill them. It's like you basically just like put your gun at them and they'll surrender and they'll like lower the DEFCON level, which is pretty cool. So it's basically, it's weird. It's like, it's like these guys don't kill them even though you totally could because they're kind of useful.
Well, you're not supposed to kill stuff if you're a spy, because then you're going to be alerting everybody and it's going to make things worse.
Not necessarily.
Unless you like murder the government or something too.
Because there's like, because when you go through your room and if you get alerted, you can't move on to the next one. Well, you can, but there's going to be a penalty and the DEFCON level, or the DEFCON thingy for the level goes up. So you basically have to kill everybody in the room before you move on if you get spotted.
Oh my.
So yeah, that's so much.
Violent.
And yeah, like it has a little leaderboard thingy where every time you go to, it's weird though, because like it has even people that aren't on your friends list. Because I'm like, I don't know this person, and I was like, okay, whatever. And it's like next person on the leaderboard to beat, and I was like, okay, so weird.
Well, it's probably just a regular leaderboard. And did you have it set to friends only?
I don't know if there's a setting for friends only. I just noticed it was like people that were on my friends list. I was like, I don't know that person. Because I saw Tropical and Gamer, and I was like, yeah, I passed them. And then it was some random person. I was like, I don't know that person. So yeah, but yeah, so far liking Counterspy, and then when I finish it, I will probably move on to. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Transistor. I do want to play Child of the Light, but I will put that on hold until Transistor, just because like that one's been itching at my itches, or my scratch or something, and I've been just really wanting to play it because it looks really cool. The character model, or the lead character design is all cool with that sword thing. I'm like, man, I want to play that sword, use that sword and stuff. Oh, we are streaming. Okay, so the stream is working. Yay! But yeah, that. Oh wait, that's not all I've been playing. Because handhelds, dudes and ladies. Oh, it's so funny because I was playing Dragon's Crown and I'm kind of stuck now because I'm like, I don't know what to do because I got
there
the
a door?
No, there's not. Well, there. Okay. Technically, okay. Technically, it's not my fault because there's a door, but I'm not stuck on the door. I just can't find it because there's a gate,
Even
which is
better.
technically a door, and then it's like it tells me you have to find this gate to get to the whatever lands, and I'm like, I don't know how to get there. It's like I don't know. It's like I think it showed me once, but then that was a long time ago. Like at the beginning of this find the talisman thing. It's been a while, dude. So I was like, how do I get there? And then it just says go through the gate, which is basically at a certain point. Once you do that, it will teleport you randomly to the stages. It doesn't let you pick them unless you go to the stables. But it doesn't say go to the stable and then pick the wherever to get the thingy. It just says, hey, go through the gate and you'll get to that level that you need to get the rest of the game done eventually. And it hasn't landed on there. And I played through like all the stages because if you do it without the stables and you just randomly teleport, you just keep cycling through all the stages. And then yeah, it's like what the f, because you just keep going through all the stages, and I don't get to the stage I need to be on for like wherever I need to go, and I'm like, whatever, I'll just look it up online, but I keep forgetting. It's like So yeah, that's where I'm at in that game. And then I was like, I don't know what happened. I was just randomly thinking one day, or just browsing the store, or that's probably what it was. I think when I browsed the store, I just like jogged my memory of games, and then I saw that old school JRPG game that I was like didn't know about. I tweeted RPG, and I was like, oh man, I should buy that. And then it's like, wait a minute. I have Final Fantasy 10 on Vita. Why don't I just put on a memory card and play it? I'm stuck on Dragon's Crown. Why am I playing this stupid game? So I might just switch to that. But I think I will look up how to get to this thing first because I have no idea. I don't know. It's the game that I don't know. It's like it just says go through the portal or go through the gate and you'll get there. But I've been through the gate a gajillion times and it doesn't send me to the stage. And I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm so over this. Because I'm stuck. Because I hit the level cap in this game too, and it's like all I can do is do the side quest to get skill points, and then that, and then get the piles of bones for different or new party members. And I'm trying to get like a stacked team of party members, so I can have like a ton of level 37s, which is like way above the cap. I guess it's not way above the cap, but it's above the cap, so it's like just a bunch of ringers I can bring in and be like, all right, let's go kill stuff and do these quests. But yeah. Also, the art style in this game. Some of the character models, scandalous. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. Like the Amazons wear strings. Not very combat.
Well,
Something.
I mean, it's useful for maneuverability. I mean, you have to be able to
maneuverability. Yeah.
I mean, it's either that or get hit. So.
And when you do get hit and you're not wearing anything, how's that work, RPG?
Well, the whole point of not wearing anything is so you don't get hit because you can move better. If you have on a bunch of armor, it makes it harder for you to move, and then you get hit, then you risk the chance of getting murdered.
But the character models of the Amazons do not exactly look like they're the most agile and light on their feet. They look like they're very hulking and tanky.
Well, then maybe their muscle works as a layer of armor for their vital organs. I mean, it's a fantasy setting. That's probably how it works.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
There were a lot of artistic liberties taken with the female character designs in this game. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. So yeah, thanks Vanillaware. Thanks. Not that I mind it. I'm just saying. If Nina Sarkeesian saw this, she would not be happy. Just saying. This would be on one of her tropes in insert game here game videos.
That is true. That is
true.
And see, justifiably so. Cause
your Dragon's Crown come into a future tropes in women video. You heard it here first. Aimless podcast.
I'm actually surprised it hasn't shown up in one of them because I think she's done the sexualized women one before, hasn't she?
I think so.
So, maybe it came out after that video had already happened. Yeah.
I believe that is it's everything on handhelds, everything on console. That is all I have been. Oh, well, actually, I did boot up Transistor, but then it's weird. Like, the game doesn't say push start, it just has a screen. And I guess that's, like, the screen you push a button on, but I was like, is this the screen that... I was like, whatever. Like, at the point, I was like, it was like 5 a.m. or something. I was like, I just accidentally did it anyway, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to be playing anyway, but this is interesting and just nice. Loading the screen to look at here, it takes a nice screensaver to stare at until you push the button, even though the game doesn't tell you, but, yeah.
Maybe they just figured you would. I mean, instead of just sitting at the screen the whole time.
But yeah, that's all I've been playing. Next week, Far Cry 4. Finally, finally.
Little Big Planet 3, yay!
Also, I'm kind of
Board
getting
games.
the itch, to possibly get Dragon Age
Don't do
Inquisition.
it!
It got such
Don't
good reviews, RPG. I don't
do
know,
it.
man. And it's
I
like,
know, I
and
saw that
and,
and I was like, maybe I should change my mind, but I was like, no, no.
and they say
I've
it's like
learned my
really
lesson.
long and stuff. But then I'm like, well, I don't want to pay $60 for it. But then my YouTube money funds are like enough to where I could buy a $60 game on PSN. But I'm like, I'll just wait for a sale. So
Because one of the things that kind of almost made me change my mind is people like were praising like the writing and stuff, and I was like, huh, that's interesting. So I was like, maybe the story's better than the previous two. But then I was like, no, I didn't like the previous two. I can't buy this game. So it's just I don't know.
yeah, that's my problem. I was like, well, I haven't played the other two. Why would I? I don't even know what's going on here.
I tried to play
But then
the
I
other
saw an
two
article today. I was
twice.
like, this game is really good for newcomers to the series. I was like, oh, curses.
I know. Everybody, I was just like, why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? So I don't know. I might end up getting it, but it'll probably be when it's like cheap, so I can justify it.
Yeah.
Because I can't do it now. Otherwise, then I'm just gonna kick myself if I do somehow end up not liking it anyway. I was like, well, you know what? I should have learned. I should have learned.
Yeah, right now it's like, I just gotta hold out for a week and I have Far Cry. And then that'll last however long that lasts. And then back to Destiny.
Or you could just
But hey, less than a month until the expansion. Woo!
you could just play Far Cry constantly instead.
No thanks. That's not a game you play constantly RPG. Well, it is, but you know, not the same way that you play Destiny. Cause it's way more fun when you're by yourself. Cause it's designed that way. Just saying.
That
There's nobody else running around to like wave at you or do stuff to you when you're in the tower in your menu.
isn't that kind of the point then of you playing that one more? Because you'd be
Yeah, but
playing by
it's
yourself.
probably not going to last that long. It's not as long as a game as Destiny. Like I put over 200 hours in that game probably by now, and like I'm pretty sure I'm not going to spend over 200 hours in Far Cry 4. Just like, 'cause
You might.
it's like the main story, probably not that long, and all the side stuff probably can be done within a week, and then I'll be back to Transistor and these other games that are on PSN that I have that I need to go back to.
Yes. I guess. You'll never learn. You'll never learn.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I just feel like you should probably just take a break, but you refuse.
Take a break from what?
From
I don't need to take a
the-
break RPG. I'm just fine the way I am. I can just just do the weeklies at least, and then yeah, that's it. That's I still I gotta RPG every week. I have a chance to get an exotic weapon. Like if I could get that universal or not universal ammo, but like the multi-tool thingy, whatever it's called, scout rifle, I'd be so happy. Or like that, or the Galahorn. Those are two things at the top of the list. Until I have them, I'm not ready to stop. And then I could get a piece of raid gear and be like, all right, I'm 30. I can try hard mode now. It can happen. It's just a
and then
matter of
what?
time. And
'Cause,
then
I
the
mean-
expansion will be here in a couple weeks, so it's like, all right, some new stuff. But I'm like, since I'm so done with the base level game, once the expansion comes out, so I can just do that stuff, and I'll be totally over it, and be like, all right, time to. And like by then, we'll be December. Well, there's nothing in January, but by February, I will totally be ready to play something else. And I have all these PSN games like I can play in the background while I'm playing it, or on the side.
It's like battered
Like
wife
Counterspy.
syndrome.
Besides, I got to keep my my shards and energy coming in,
Tisk, tisk,
so I
tisk.
can be ready to upgrade all my stuff all the time.
Don't you already have like several hundred of each of those?
Yeah, I almost have 300 energy. It's ridiculous. It's like 280 or something. I had a
Yeah.
bunch of shards, but then I spent some today, so it's getting up there though.
You only need like the most expensive piece, from my understanding, is like only 18
Yeah, it's
pieces
like- yeah.
so it's not you have more than enough shards. You'll be fine.
If I'm always prepared though, I will never need to wait then. So yeah. Gotta keep the skills sharp, RPG. Muscle memory. Pew pew pew. I mean, yeah, I have awesome weapons and stuff, so at least there's that. But the skills gotta stay sharp. Besides, they made the raid like worse when they like fixed everything because it's all random now. Like you saw it yesterday. I was like, I was the savior. I was the savior of our team with the Euro squad. It was great because I got to defend the central conflicts finally, and it was like I was just mowing down Minotaurs. It was great, and I had like my Titans. So I was using my weapons of light and my super. I was like, oh yeah, hero of the team. Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Wow. Just wow.
Oh, I just realized something. I wasn't streaming that, so I can't go get this clip highlight. And the share button only got like the 5 minutes before. Oh well.
So you could be lying. That's what you're telling me?
No, I did it, dude. I have like some of it, just
I
not
don't
the whole
know.
thing.
I wasn't there to see it, so
Well, you
you could
will
be
see when I
lying.
put it on Facebook. I'm like, haha, CRPG told you. Totally
Nope.
the hero that saved the day.
Nope.
I was
I don't
defeating the
believe it.
conflicts for like such a long time. It took them forever to get the second gatekeeper down. It was ridiculous. And then
Wait, you
Atheon was
guys
like
doing hard
so
mode or
bad.
regular?
What?
On the hard mode or
We were
regular
doing we
mode?
were normal, but it was like it was weird because like nobody would go into the second portal because like people it was so bad. Okay, it wasn't so bad, but it's like oh come on, dude. It's like I'm running out of ammo here, and it's like nobody knows who's going in the second one. It's like come on, guys, we need just go in and get it. I mean, I could only do this for so long. It's like yeah, whatever. Ugh.
Wow.
But yeah, still
Game of the
people
year
that
right
can't
there.
exactly cross or go through the raid. Still encountering groups like that where it's just dysfunctional. You should have saw what happened to us in the Gargon or the Gorgon maze. It was funny. It was like people
bet.
getting spotted and like blaming it on each other. And then someone left and they're like, ah, now that the weakest link is gone. And we got through and they're like, ha, you are the weakest link.
Whoops.
It was funny. Ah, but then there was another group I went, or when we went with the, oh no, it wasn't their normal team. But when I went through with my Titan, or my Hunter this week, I think we got through without getting spotted. But there was like no bonus chest that we could find after that. I was like, ah, so there's no reward for getting through without getting seen.
Well, I don't think there ever was.
But there
one.
were so many urbanness, and the gamer was there. He's like, well, I heard blah, 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 so I'm going to check over here. And then everybody was like checking everywhere in the little jumping place that like you don't usually see people jump off to, but there's nothing there. So yeah, it's a lie.
Yeah. Yeah, I could have told you that. So, good job. Good job.
So his gamer still plays, and he has like everything that I don't have. So clearly, there's something there.
I think Gamer just plays because he's bored. He doesn't really. I feel like he's just going through the motions because he has plenty of other stuff to play, but he doesn't want to play anything.
He jumped back over to Assassin's Creed after he finished the raid with me the second time.
Yeah, I think he's just going through the motions. He does it because he has it, and he's like, I might as well. Because I just feel like that's how he plays a lot of games after a certain point. It's like at first it's like, yay, I love this, and then it's like eventually he's just like, I'll just play it because it's there. So, because that seems to be how it is whenever he's like talking about stuff after he's played it. So it's like, interesting. Which I heard there's like quite a few issues with Assassin's Creed Unity.
It was funny because I was talking to him on Twitter, and then he was listing all the games he'd bought, and I was like, yeah, changed man. Point at the
I know,
list of
right?
games.
Like, he
And
says
like,
that every time.
and he said something like, "What can I say? I'm weak," or something. And I was like, "Ah, gamer, you'll never change."
He really won't. He really won't. I wish he was here so I could talk about how bad Assassin's
Oh yeah,
Creed
yeah, yeah. He was
is.
like Alien, Isolation, Evil Within, and Shadow of Mordor all unlocked at midnight or earlier when he was talking about Assassin's Creed. I was like, gamer, change man. And he's like, I am weak. What can I say? Ha ha.
Gamer. It's like he doesn't even try. He doesn't even
And then it
try.
was funny because he got angry again when he got something in the raid that he didn't want. I put a share by video up today because he got a exotic rocket launcher that he already had. And he's like, "What the f is this f? I don't ever want this."
Why is he? He already has everything. Why would he care?
He wanted something else, I guess, that he doesn't have. He doesn't have everything.
Like what? He has everything.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a Galahorn or a Mythoclast.
I thought I saw him use that Galahorn before.
I'm
And you
pretty
can't.
sure he
You can
doesn't.
only get the Mythoclash from the hard raid, not from the normal
Yeah,
one.
I'm just saying he doesn't have it. Because we would have heard about it by now. He'd be like, "Oh, I got a Mythoclast."
Hmm. I don't know.
Oh, actually, speaking of Destiny, we did have some technical issues yesterday when I was playing with the Euros. That we had like that one time when like nobody could connect when you were there. Well, not nobody could connect, but like half the team couldn't couldn't get on after the patch.
Dropped.
That was pretty ugh. But then it resolved itself. So yeah, still having issues with that game. Awesome. But then I guess it might have been my internet because like after a while it did just take a dump and I couldn't even connect anything and I had to reset my router. So or my modem. So yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
But I wasn't the only one having issues. Sorry, Pidgey, what have you been playing?
Not Destiny. So that's a thing. But been playing Lords of the Fallen. I've been making my way through it. Ever so slightly, I guess. I have like one more Lord to beat, I think, before like we can call out the big boss god guy person or whatever. So we're on our way to, or I'm on my way to do that kind of stuff and all those shenanigans. So I've just been doing some side quests, but I don't like backtracking places because it's so much work, and I'm like, ugh, why is there no like teleport ability in this game or something? So I've gotten so lazy. I've gotten so lazy because now I can't teleport anywhere. So yeah, now I have to like run all the way across the map if I want to, or run all the way to different places if I want to turn in anything or look for anything. So I've been like reluctant to finish stuff because then I have to like go through and then kill all the enemies again, then come back and kill all the enemies again because they respawn if you like leave the areas. So I'm just like, it's so much work. It's so much work. So yeah, so I've only been like half side questing and mostly just doing like the regular stuff and talking and stuff. But there was like some weird glitch where the audio was like messed up or something. That happened like right after the PlayStation update came out. So I was like,
Yeah, it's
that's
weird. Like there was that update that I think kind of broke some games, and then there's like they said something about Dragon Age. They were like fixing something that it broke in the review copies of the game when like 2.021 came out. So yeah.
yeah. And I was like, what the hell is this BS? So I wish people would get things working. Stop breaking stuff with your fixes. 'Cause it's like counterproductive. It's like you fix something and then you break it and then you try to fix that and end up breaking something else. It's just like a cycle, and it's like stop doing it. Stop. Just stop. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I've switched from using like the staff weapon, which is like almost like a game breaker kind of weapon, and somewhat depending on, well, not in small spaces because you have to swing the stupid thing around, but it's like because it's so fast for such a big weapon and they have decent output or decent damage, it's kind of like for low levels it's a pretty good weapon to have on hand. But I've started using like this short sword that I have the poison rune equipped to, so I've been using that as my regular weapon. And also I have some Wolverine claw thingies too, but I rarely use those, so because I don't like dual wielding because it leaves me too open. It leaves me too open. So yeah. Let me see. Did anything major happen in that game? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really been dying, so it is easier than Dark Souls, despite its obvious inspiration, quote unquote. So there's that at least, I guess. It's not as,
Maybe they're going for a less hard and not more hard.
I don't know, because like a lot of like, or when I saw like initial like previews and like interviews and stuff, they were talking about how they were trying to make it difficult, like along those same lines as Dark Souls, because they were like, we're gonna make it difficult but rewarding. So it's like prepare to die a lot, and you'll get stuff out of dying and stuff like this. But it's like you don't really die that much if you're good enough. So it's not like the only things that'll probably really kill you are like some of the bosses because you have to learn their patterns and stuff when you're fighting them. So I mean, that's probably the only time you'll get slipped up. But even then, you could probably like adapt during the battle and still be okay. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it's good in some regards because it's like, well, it's more accessible, I guess, than the Souls series for people who are just like, I can't take this, and then they just rage quit and never play again. 'Cause I'm pretty sure that's probably been a thing for people who played that series. So it's like, I guess it kind of works for people who are kind of interested in that style of game, but then they're like, it's too hard. I don't like hard games. So there's that. So if you are interested in the Souls type games, but don't like stuff too hard, then you should probably pick up Lords of the Fallen because it'll work for you. Because it's pretty difficult to suck in that game. So yeah, jump on that. I also heard that the developer that made the game actually apparently did well.
Yeah, they're making like
So
more
they
AAA stuff or
so now
something.
they're gonna make more games or something. So I was like, oh, that's good
I saw
for
that.
them at least. So I was like, that's cool. So that doesn't always happen sometimes when you release a game and you're not like a huge name developer and it's like, haha, you failed. So now you have to disband and hope for the best. So that was good at least. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it on Lords of the Fallen. Still trucking along. I'm actually not sure how long the game is itself, but I mean it can't be that much longer if I'm already on the final Lord guy before I call down the God guy, right? Maybe? I don't know. I guess I'll find out. So that's the thing. I also been playing Freedom Wars. I think I actually beat it. So, because I saw the credits roll. So, I mean, usually that means you beat a game when you see the credits roll. So, I assumed that's what happened. So,
This is this guy, and you lose to mid boss. That happened to me. I was like, yay! Wait a minute, I lost.
yeah, I don't think that was the case this time though, because like the final mission was like a three-part mission, so they usually reserve big stuff for the end. So I'm assuming that's how that works. So, but the thing is though, it left so many unanswered questions though, so it's like almost blatantly open for a sequel, or I guess they could just release like a expansion, like they did with Soul Sacrifice. So I guess there's that too. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, even after you like beat the last boss, though, they give you some things like there's like a final weapon thingy. There's a casket seed which you use for later for like a there's like a you go meet this this guy. I'm not sure what he is, but he seems to be like some type of, I guess, deity or something in some way, shape, or form. Because when he gives you the choices or something that you at the end, once you go see him again, if he has the kind of power to make stuff happen like that, I mean, I'm assuming he has some kind of power thing going on. But I don't know. I chose the choice to go against or to do the alliance thing with him. So we're supposed to be going up against like On High or something, which is the name of the big floaty place that's not a panopticon where all the snooty people live. So it's like, yay, we get to kill the elite. Because apparently there's like some secret cabal up there called Them that's hiding up there. So but like I said, a lot of unanswered questions. So who knows if that's going to be handled in post game stuff or if it's going to be like in a next future expansion or something. So there's also the question of the super prototypes. We only fought one during the game that I know of. So I don't know. They could be in the hands of somebody who's not good. Because, I mean, I guess technically none of the Panopticons are good since we're all kidnapping from each other and stuff. So we're all technically evil. So, there's that. But yeah, it's just a lot of unanswered stuff. So I mean, I still enjoyed the game, but I like closure when I beat stuff, and I got no closure. So now I'm like, what's happening? Why'd you do this to me? So I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do myself. But once you beat the game, though, you do get access to like special operations, which you can take on, but it's encouraged that you do it with like co-op stuff instead of like your AI partners, which is probably a good idea because um, one of the things with the game is like even though the AI is it's pretty competent for that type of game because usually because like God Eater Burst was notorious for the terrible AI where your teammates would just be stupid, and it's like while in this game they are pretty competent and they'll like heal you and for the most part get rid of like abductor parts by cutting off their arms and stuff, but it's like they aren't, I guess, since they're programmed, it's like they aren't like human thinking, so they can't adapt to every situation that happens. So it's like in some of the operations, you just can't beat, like, I guess, with them because it's just not going to happen. So because I think the only reason why I was able to beat like the final boss was because I had already done it in co-op, so it was already clear for me when I did the story stuff again. But I tried to do one of the showdown operations against like a similar abductor. That was the final boss, and we just got wiped out. And I was just like, so this is not going to work with the AI because. Yeah, because it's like the final boss has like all these weird like tricks to him, so it's like if they can't, and since I guess like an AI can only do so much that they're programmed to do, so it's like with human people, like we'll revive each other or we'll be able to like avoid certain attacks and like clean the walls or something so we don't get like sucked into the vacuum thing or stuff, but AIs don't do that, so we yeah. So you kind of have to those things. So I'm like, that kind of sucks because even like the special operations, like the difficulty rating on them is like at the maximum. So I'm like, that means I pretty much have to do this co-op. Otherwise, they even stand a chance. And I've actually tried one of them in co-op, and it was really hard. So I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this solo. So unfortunately have to play with other people, which is awful because people. So, but I have been doing that though too. Is like playing a lot of co-op and helping people like pass their exams and stuff. And you can also like send your rap sheet to people, and they can send theirs back, and you can become like affiliates and stuff. And like you can have like their accessory as a spare just in case yours ever gets abducted. So you'll never have to like be by yourself in battle because there's actually one co-op mission we were doing, and one of the people I was playing with, his accessory got like kidnapped by one of the tiger abductor things, and we weren't able to save her in time, and it's like, oh no! So we had to finish the mission, and then we had to go into a special operation for the accessory reclamation. So we had to like go into a special mission to get his accessory back, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry that you suck. So. That's unfortunate, but yeah, so you kind of had to like go back in there and save her and all that stuff. So that was kind of cool, but you also have to always be on guard to make sure like whenever your accessory is down to make sure to revive them and stuff, because otherwise they'll get captured, and that would be unfortunate because it powers up the abductors and makes them even more difficult to kill in the first instance. Like, well then now we're screwed because it's like hard enough to get people out of there in the first place, and now they're powered up. So there is that. Although. One of the cool features, though, of this game is like you're able to dismantle abductors since they're all machines in some way, shape, or form. Even if they're like animal looking, they're all machines. So you can kind of like cut off their arms and cut off their weapons and stuff like that to kind of weaken them and everything. And it kind of it changes their behavior and stuff in battle and stuff. And especially since a lot of times if they don't have arms, they can't use their weapons and stuff anymore. So they kind of just run around flailing and jumping up and down like they're throwing tantrums, kind of. So it's kind of funny because there was like one fight we were having with one of the winged tiger ones. That's one of the abductors, and like we had cut off like its wings and its front legs, and it was still kind of like awkwardly hobbling around on its two back legs, which was weird because like how is it still fighting? It's like this is some serious determination. So it was kind of funny because it was like really awkward to see it move around the stage because it couldn't really attack since the wings let it do that weird laser attack that it does, but since it had no wings it couldn't fly or do that attack. And then once we got rid of its front legs, it couldn't do that weird X-shaped claw attack thing that it does too. So it kind of just like it was mostly just running around trying to headbutt people, and it's like, really, this is what you've been reduced to, and you're still trying to fight. So I don't know, but they are machines, so I guess it makes sense that they wouldn't they wouldn't let being literally disarmed stop them from fighting. So that's a thing. But yeah, so I'm kind of hoping that there's like some kind of, I guess, DLC or expansion or something coming soon, because now I'm like, well, now that I finish this, well, I guess finish the story, I should say, because I still have like a massive sentence to work off. But it's like
You're not. Yeah, your sentence isn't exonerated yet, RPG.
I am
Million
not.
years.
I am not free at all. Although some of the special operations are worth like 10,000 years off your sentence, though. So I mean, they better be worth a lot since they're like the maximum difficulty. So I guess you can do those and get your sentence down faster, but still, it's still a lot of years to get off your sentence. It's like, holy crap. So yeah, that. And yeah, and other than that, I picked up Tales of Hearts R, which came out yesterday. So I haven't like played it that much, but it is actually a remake of a game I think that came out right after Vesperia. So it's actually an older game, but just newer to us because we didn't get it, I think, or something. It's weird, but because that's why it's like there was like mechanics and stuff that were brought up, and I was like, "Yay, it's back!" But then I was like, "Wait a minute, it wasn't technically back. It was just in there before they took it out from the future one." So it's like that's the because like the cooking thing is back, and also like looking for Wonder Chef to get like new recipes and stuff. So that's that's back now because they took it out of because it hasn't been in any of the more recent Tales games. So it was kind of cool that they put or I guess that it's not it is back kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know how the tense works with this now because it's a release of a game that's new but semi-new. It came out after Vesperia but before Graces. So yeah, I think something. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, the battle system is or the starting battle system is kind of like the standard Tales, action RPG thingy. So you do combos and stuff, and you have your arts and stuff. But one of the mechanics that I guess for this particular game is it's based on something called a soma, which apparently gives people who wear them like a special weapon based on their inner soul or some crap. So it's like they kind of manifest as different things for people. Like the hero has like the sword basically because he's the hero, so of course he has a sword. But one of the other guys that just joined the party, his soma, they look like gauntlets, but they actually manifest as like dual crossbows on his arm. So he uses those to fire arrows and stuff. And they kind of work as like evolving weapons. And when you like level up and stuff, you get special points that you can spend into certain emotions in the Soma, which are, I think it's like sincerity, fight, metal, and some other ones or something. But as you spend points in them and level them up, it causes your weapons to evolve and give you like new arts and stats and stuff. So it's kind of like so you can kind of, I guess, build your character how you want, and you get bonuses for also like upgrading adjacent emotions because they're like set on like this kind of like ring system or something. So you get like different stats and bonuses based on which ones you raise and how you raise them, and it changes your weapons and stuff based on that. And there's I think that's because like it seems like emotions play like a central theme to the game because the thing that sets off the whole story is like the main character finds like this girl washed up on the beach or whatever, and he finds out she's like getting chased by a witch, and he tries to save her after she gets attacked, and then he accidentally breaks her soul, which kinds of which causes it to like get scattered all over the place. So now you guys have to help her collect them because she's turned into like this emotionalist skull. Crap. What's the word?
So her soul somehow manifested into like a physical
Oh,
form.
it's like okay. Well, the way the game works is like, or everyone like has a like there. It's kind of like how normal humans are. It's like how people perceive like their emotions and stuff coming from, I guess, their soul or whatever. And apparently the somas, which are like these special weapons that only certain people can use, give people the ability to like dive into people's like subconscious or their souls, as so to speak. And then like he went in because she had gotten injured and he accidentally kind of caused issues inside of it, and it like erupted from her and exploded and kind of got scattered throughout. So she does not have her emotions right now, which which kind of caused a problem. And her brother's like pissed at the main character right now, so they get along swimmingly. So that's a thing. So now we have to like run around gathering shards of her soul to fix her because video games. So
Yeah, it sounded like an alternate plot line for Inuyasha for a second. I had to
right?
find all the jewel shards.
Because it kind of, I mean, her soul kind of like, her core kind of like manifested similar to that. So, I mean, you just don't have like the millions of pieces that the jewel shards broke into in that series. I think it's only like a few of them, but it's like, yeah, did not go well when he tried to help her. So it was very counterproductive to say the least. So now we have to fix her because we broke her. So yeah, that's a thing. But right now we don't know why the witch was chasing her, but there seems to be like some allusions to the Sleeping Beauty mythos or fairy tale or something. So the witch, I guess, would be like a Maleficent analog, kind of, somewhat. I don't know. It's weird, but yeah, it's yeah. That's pretty much all I know for now. Because like I'm like still really early, so we're just starting to do stuff. We're tracking down the first shard now, so yeah. Hopefully we can get back one of the useful emotions, like her concern for her life, because she nearly died, and she was like, "Oh, why should I be worried about death? Because I don't have that emotion right now." So it's like, fantastic. So now we have to worry about her accidentally running off a cliff because she forgot that she shouldn't do things like that. So, yeah, that's a thing. So, yeah, it's pretty much all I've been playing.
Alrighty then. I'm trying to think if anything important happened, but it's not coming to me because I don't have it written down. And I guess
Tisk.
I guess we'll just do it like we used to do back in the old days, which is fly by the seat of our pants during the news segments, and I'll just see if anything happened today.
Well, I mean, sure, stuff happened. I mean, Blizzard did their
Oh yeah,
thingies.
I don't really care about Blizzard, honestly.
But people do. I mean,
It's like,
that's
games
why
are on
they're a successful
PC.
company.
Like I was kind of excited
play
when I
the
saw like,
PC. What do you-
but there's genres, dude. It's like I don't play MMOs, RTSs, no thanks.
Oh, you.
Maybe Diablo, but it's all click, 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 click. So I mean, it's on PS4 now, so I can
Well,
play it
I was just
there.
about to say you can play it on the console though.
But
So.
then they had that cool Overwatch, and I was like, oh, that looks really cool, but it's going to be on PC, and it's looking like it's going to be PvP, so I'm definitely not going to play it, so...
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Because it was like it's a. I mean, all I know is that it's a shooter and there's a gorilla in it. So that's a thing.
But the trailer was pretty cool. I was like, wow, they should make a movie. Like, every time I see a trailer, I'm like, man, why don't these game companies just make movies of their games and like
Don't
make
give them
90
ideas,
minutes of
second.
it could be like the next thing. It's like, not video games didn't just defeat Hollywood. We killed Hollywood because we came in with all our awesome like cinematics and stuff. We're like, ha, in your face. We have characters and storylines too, and they're better. So suck it, Pixar and everybody
You
else.
watch your mouth. You just watch your mouth right now.
Or someone else who's not
Say DreamWorks.
a
You
part
don't
of
say
a part of
Pixar.
Disney. Yeah,
Damn it.
DreamWorks in your face.
Yeah, DreamWorks. Suck it.
What else happened this week?
The Lost Vikings have returned. Yay! Except they're in some game I don't play, so I was kind of sad because I was like, oh. And I think this is like the second time something like this has happened too, because it was this recently, and then they were used for something else. Maybe was it WoW? Maybe it was, because it had to be something Blizzard related. And I was like, son of a bitch! Why don't they just make a new game already?
RPG.
So
They don't make console games anymore. I mean, yeah, there's Diablo 3, but psh, Who knows? Who knows anymore? It's like they're making plenty of money, and they're like, we don't need console games. Pff, look at all this money. F them.
I would buy it on the PC if they made it. I would do it.
Oh, well.
If it came down to it, I would totally do it. But they refused. All they do is keep taunting, and they're like, haha, remember these people that you might have loved? Yeah, they're not going to be in a new game. So, haha, face. So yeah, I was only slightly amused.
And then, Bloodborne got delayed to March, so...
Yay, but also bad, because I got that month, and I was like, yeah, that's not good. It's like the week before. So, I mean, I'm still gonna buy it because from software, but still, why did they do that to me? Because at least I would have had a head start on Type Zero had it came out before, because it would have came out in February. But then they're like, haha, now it comes out after Type Zero, so you're probably not gonna play it. And I'm like, thanks a lot, douches. So that's now. So that's just great.
Well,
Just
like I said last week, when you have a delay, you think, oh, it's cool, I can play it later. But when they start adding up, and then it starts jumbling together other stuff that got delayed, it's like, well, this could be an issue. So we'll see where everything else lands that got delayed, because not enough games in 2015, the year of the video game. Just saying.
I know, it's ridiculous. And I mean, I guess it's okay. I already have like 2 portable games coming out in February, but still, they shouldn't have done that.
They shouldn't have done that. Also, Just Cause 3 actually got confirmed, because there was a leak, I believe, last week we talked about. And now it's confirmed to be coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One. And you guessed it, 2015, the year of the video game, where everything else comes out, because, not enough months in the year, because there's, I'm sure, over 12 games worth getting next year. It's going to be ridiculous.
It is, actually. It's going to be pretty...
Actually, it's already ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah. Sigh. Just sigh. Video games. You guys are killing me.
Well, there's something that's kind of interesting, but I'll wait and see to get excited. Microsoft filed for a Battletoads trademark, where I've been on this train. Nobody else wants to get on it. Of like, beat him up, dude. We could bring him back after Batman. Streets of Rage, and Double Dragon came out, and it was cool. And Battletoads, it was totally awesome. So I mean, sure, it's Microsoft, and Rare's kind of dead now, but hey. Like RPGs always say in Destiny, you gotta believe, right?
Yeah.
And I can just keep my hopes up until they actually show something, and before I get my hopes deflated. But it could happen, right?
Yeah, no. It's probably gonna be something like how they did with Killer Instinct, and then it's gonna end up being terrible, and then like semi free to play. So it's like, haha, guys, we ruined something that you love.
I think there's supposed to be like a 360 version, but they canceled it. So yeah, I saw that the other day.
Well,
I mean, it's exclusive to Xbox One, but I guess the 360 version was in the works, but then they just canned it. So.
Well, we all know Microsoft is great at utilizing things they buy, so
like Conker.
Nothing can possibly.
Oh. He's
like,
in that
remember
Project Spark game beta, whatever.
Remember all that time they spent using Rare when they bought them? Yeah. So I don't know. You can't get your hopes up, because yeah.
And then Telltale said that the Game of Thrones game is going to be 6 episodes, not 5. And it will
shocked everyone. Everyone was like, what? Soon. An extra episode? Apparently it's going to cover seasons 3 through something, so it's a large span of season content from the show.
Yeah, and since they said coming soon, that means by the end of the month.
Usually.
In December.
It's probably going to come out like the beginning of December.
Nothing comes out in December, and they're like, well, December and January, MD. Let's go over that.
I mean, I think there is things coming out in December. It's just, I can't remember what, because I have so much other crap that keeps coming out every time I tell it not to. So. There was also like that hilarious new peripheral for the Vita TV that makes it portable, which I thought was hilarious because, why not? Apparently, they're getting something called I think it's called the Deca Vita or something in Japan or something that you can put your Vita TV in the back of it and you can take it on the go to play Vita TV games, which means you essentially could just buy a Vita because that's kind of what it's for in the first place, which I thought was hilarious. And what's even worse is that the peripheral costs more than both the Vita TV and the Vita itself. So it's like, why is this even a thing? And somebody was making a joke how they should probably just add like a TV out thing on the peripheral to kind of just make it full circle. I was like, that, yeah, yeah, Japan, good job, good job. So. Yeah, it was pretty weird when I saw that because I was like, what was even the purpose? You could just if you want to if you bought a Vita TV thinking, I wish I could play this on the go, you probably should have just bought a Vita to begin with. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not saying you should do things that make sense, but I'm also not saying that. So it's like, come on, guys. So I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, there was a Mass Effect. Oh, okay. So there's a live stream by BioWare on In7Day about. There were no details. I'll just start there. But it's like, I knew I was needing to get my hopes up. I knew there wasn't gonna be anything. I was like, well, I guess we'll see. Because I don't expect much really. And it was just, here's some concept art, and here's the direction of like where we're going and what we think. Thanks for like 40 minutes. I woke up late so I didn't see the whole thing, but I was like, I knew it wasn't going to be anything too detailed. Just some concept art, and looks like they're going to focus on exploration. So, yeah. Keep on waiting. Keep on waiting.
Oh, Tekken.
Well, this is still going to be 2015 with every other game. It'll be out in 2016 at the soonest, because,
Or so you think. They could be using this as like their bombshell announcement. It's like, haha, guys, because we knew you were waiting, so we were already prepared. So, be prepared, Tekken. Be prepared.
Oh, I'm always prepared. That's why I was kind of thinking about Dragon Age. I was like, well, same engine, Frostbite, so
Stop.
it could give me a taste of what Mass Effect might be like.
It's not the same, Tekken.
Imagine these as aliens.
It's not the same,
they're
Tekken.
all aliens except the humans, because humans aren't aliens.
It's not the same, Tekken.
And they're just on some weird planet.
Stop
that has
it.
dragons
It's
on
not the same. It's not the same. Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, I guess there's the did we talk about the Nintendo Direct thing last time?
I don't think
The
so.
Majora's Mask 3D? Because that's going to happen.
Oh yeah, I think we did mention it because
Oh, wait. Yeah, because we talked about Meepos, didn't we? Yeah, that's right. We did talk about it.
I read that thing, by the way. It was long. It's really long.
Wait, you read what? Oh, the thing Tropical talked about?
The haunted thingy.
Yeah, I didn't read that.
Oh.
Was it scary at all?
I mean, not for me. Remember, I like horror movies and stuff, so I don't find stuff like that scary. But it was pretty amusing because the guy had went psychotic by the end. I was like, this is fantastic.
Okay, well. Oh, I guess there's the new firmware 2.02 that's, fixing the stuff that it kind of broke in the last thing. Like the whole, if your disc is in, you put your PS4 in sleep mode, it might not turn back on. So yay to that. I think that's pretty much all the news of anything important and stuff. So yeah.
Yay! Tropical's dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I still have no idea where Tropical is this week, so I guess we'll find
I
out
assume
next
the
time.
worst.
Every time. Alrighty. So yeah, check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever else, aimlesspodcast.com, and stuff. Anything to say before we sign off, RPG?
Video games.
All right. So until next episode, I'll be playing Destiny and some other stuff finally next week. Thank goodness. I don't know what RPG will be doing or Tropical doing, but
Not playing Destiny.
be sure to tune in. Same Aimless channel, same Aimless station on the internet. Yeah. Until you see or hear from us again, Aimless Babble Z. And we're now signing off.